Good evening,
Help.
everyone. I am Arborelia,
I am secretly a sliver, also sometimes referred to as Sean.
and we are getting set up for Game 2 between relkin and Chexhuman. We saw a very close game between these two last night. Relkin took the win. It was about a minute and a half difference. Um, Relkin had both rods the entire, for a lot longer than Chex did, who was hoping to find the fire rod along the way. But it still came down to a contested fight where Relkin had the gold sword and Chex had the master sword.
All right, and we are underway. I guess we should say this is the 2026 No Logic tournament. So basically, this is all the items are randomized. They can be anywhere,
Yep.
and sometimes things lock themselves. So we have to use some glitches to get in there.
Yep. Yeah, so any item can be anywhere, and so we're going to see a lot of glitches like this. Like we've seen Relkin just hop into the water there. So we've got, once again, Relkin starting with the water route, while Chex starts with a northern route, probably just to the Lost Woods.
You know, Chex has been playing around with like a new DMA opener, but it looks like he's just going in for the forest this time.
Relkin is swimming into this diagonal water wall in the particular way that lets you just keep swimming. It's going to take into Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how it works, but like slanted walls in this game are pretty busted.
Yep.
And we love to take advantage of that fact.
Yep. If it's diagonal, you can probably exploit it. And Relkin is
Always
also
nice to find bombs here on Chex's side.
Relkin set up the water walk. Crab's dropping lots of bombs.
Where does he keep all those bombs? I mean, I know they're like in convenient 8-packs, but
Alright. No relevance to the graveyard ledge today. And Chex will be climbing up Death Mountain from here.
yeah, I have seen important things be on Lumberjack Ledge in No Logic, but Ega 1 is a lot easier to get to. Speaking of easy to get to,
Oh, there's a
that's the
sword there. Relkin just needs to hop up here. And there it is. And, you know, I like to speculate about whether a sword can be duped to make a master sword, but that is not a dupable sword from what I know.
I was just gonna ask that, but just the way that the game handles Zora's domain, my immediate like instinct was no.
And Chex already has a fire rod.
Heart piece is dupable, but it's not really worth it. Ooh, blue cane.
There. So one thing about this mode is that there are 2 fire rods and 2 ice rods, which dramatically decreases the chance of unbeatable seeds. And that's because you have to not only collect the 7 crystals, but you have to defeat the bosses that correspond to those 7 crystals, which is a thing in No Logic because you can collect a crystal from the wrong boss. And so that means you probably have to defeat Trinex, and Trinex definitely requires a fire rod and an ice rod.
Yeah, it's a rare situation, but I like the protection of having. I mean, I haven't seen an unbeatable seed yet, and I'm pretty sure we have ways to get to pretty much every check other than Trinex. So
Okay,
Sleep Pearl.
we have an easily accessible Moon Pearl this time. And I said Graveyard Ledge before, but this is Graveyard Ledge. And it's got nothing.
Actually spicy. Malmo in here with the hot takes. I guess the tracker's allowed to make the rules because she's actually running the show.
Mm-hmm. I am fascinated by what I'm hearing from KS here. There is a trick to defeat Trinex without both rods. Only 5 minutes? I can see that being some meta. I can see that coming up. Of course, I'm someone who will, like, when I would run this, I would happily lose 60 seconds to a mirror door. I enjoyed the break. Not necessarily the best strat. Doesn't work in rando. Okay. Alright, relkin clipping through to the other side to collect the blue cane.
Yeah, I knew you could. I think you can Stairmaster here too, but I didn't realize you could do a bomb clip too.
Yep. Yeah, JD Silvergun makes a good point because, like, yeah, you just need the crystals to beat the game, and so as long as you're not trying to follow the tournament rules of you have to beat the bosses, then you can just collect the crystal by some other means, and that makes it basically unreasonably unlikely that the seed would be unbeatable. But yeah, given what we've heard, you still need a fire rod and an ice rod to beat Trinex. Got the two racers retracing each other's steps here. Relkin's about to get that Moon Pearl.
Yeah, the seed generator doesn't have rules, but we as players have to have rules. Because we are somehow meaner than seed generators.
Mm-hmm.
Castle Tower Key. Castle Tower Key is going to not be important until very deep into the seed when it could potentially be super important. Not super important. You can still get around it. It's just kind of nice to have.
Mm-hmm. All right, Relkin doing the Houlihan. It's very easy to Houlihan after you clip to Graveyard Ledge. Your screen's already scrolled to the right position.
Yeah, and there is actually a way to fix it, but you kind of want money in this mode because you want to have like a lot of bombs at any given time. Mm-hmm. So usually we get capacity upgrades to get like. I usually see people with at least 20.
Mm-hmm. And you want to fill a lot of potions, because potions are glitch fuel. Definitely changes the strategies once you have bottles. I guess the big items we're going to be watching out for that make a lot of glitches possible would be the hook shot, Cane of Samaria, kind of the mirror, and the bottles.
Red boomerang would be nice. Bottles are really, really important. That's also kind of what makes money really important also, because you need to be able to afford to fill those bottles. And one of the things I really like about this mode is that like there are about 3 or 4 ways to do every single trick in this game. So like if one thing isn't working for you, then wow, okay.
Wow. Okay, we just saw the flippers, the first bottle, and the hook shot. All in Mini Moldorm Cave. And there's the mirror in Paradox Cave. And Relkin has done the clip from Mini Moldarm Cave into King's Tomb. A lot of these clips that you'll see, especially early on, just involve bombing yourself in a door to mess up the destination of where the door goes, so it goes to some like adjacent place on the map.
Looks like we also found a glove
Wow.
up on the mountain. So dropping into the back of Escape now.
And yep, there's Relkin increasing bomb capacity. And Chex is likely to do a bomb juke Nevermind.
Yeah, so I think what Relkin really wants to see here is the bow. Kane will make things slightly easier too, but I really think a bow would help Relkin out tremendously now.
What in particular would the bow be for?
Well, if he gets the bow, he can it helps with hook pushing. So
True. Yep. Yep. Like easy way to get more moving objects on screen. Set things up.
yeah, I mean, there's several ways that you can fill those slots up, but the arrow is the arrows are the most repeatable way.
Mm-hmm. All right, Relkin is using that castle key to explore Aga's Tower. Chex is swimming into the pyramid.
Yeah, this is a variant of the what we call Silver Surfer. That, I mean, I don't see it very much, but I.
Wow.
Oh, and that's one of our ice rods.
Yeah, and I know there's two of each, but still a little surprising to see both rods already. So that's not going to be a concern. Railkin making sure to check the secret passage with the uncle, and that paid off for him hugely last night.
Yeah, Check's doing front of Escape, but probably afterwards is going to pay a visit to the uncle. And I am wondering if getting burned by that last night is factoring into this decision.
Mm-hmm. Not a payoff tonight.
Check's doing the front of Escape here, and that will result in getting the Hyrule Castle Big Key. And what that's going to do is when we clip into a dungeon from a cave, we'll be able to unlock Big Key things, because it'll give what's called a cave state Big Key. So that's pretty cool.
And there's the bow.
Nice
All right,
bow.
well, with the two runners' inventories combined, we already have a lot of glitch potential.
Yeah, now I think with all of that, you just kind of start looking and seeing which dungeons are the least painful to clear right now.
Yeah. Start doing dungeons and hope you find whatever items help you along the way.
Namely, we want a sword.
Yeah, we do still need that. And there are 3 of them out there. But yeah, Relkin's got a great set of items for exploring basically anything right now.
Yeah, and Chex is abandoning Castle Tower. Does he have the key? Yeah, he does.
Hopping out in the South Dark World. Getting some information about dungeons soon.
Okay, Thieves Town and Tower of Hera.
Also Misery Mire.
Isn't that always the way that, one of your two maps is just info you would have gotten from an NPC anyway?
Uh-huh. There's another Castle Tower key.
Alright, we can beat Aga 1 now.
Alright. No Hype and Hype Cave. The Palace of Darkness small key is not even worth anything in this mode. It's like, you're not using Palace of Darkness's own keys in Palace of Darkness. You're using K-State keys.
Relkin not having that glove is going to show the alternate strat to get to Back of Escape. He's going to do one of those swim clips. I mean, you can theoretically, as long as you don't go up or down, like you can theoretically keep this state for a really long time. Like you can go all the way across the map by swimming.
Neither player's been to Kakariko yet. Like, I know these routes tend to go to Kakariko kind of late, but there will be a lot more stuff there too.
Yeah, it can. I mean, obviously, it depends on the runner.
Yeah.
Usually, you don't want to go there without at least a bottle.
Yep.
But you also sort of want, like, powder or something, or maybe you get a flute somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, you only ever want to be going to Kakariko once, basically.
And you'd also kind of want to go there on your way to going to Desert. And that screen wrap is the fastest way up Death Mountain, so Relkin gets to explore the Tower of Hera, and this time do the Hera Pot hookshot clip to keep going up.
Yeah, so he's moving at boot speed, which allows him to clip into that pot and then uses the hook shot to reach over and just slide into it. And we get up to the top of Tower of Hera really fast. Most importantly, we get up to the top of Tower of Hera without the big key.
Wow, yeah, just imagine doing Swamp not as intended, but without too many glitches.
Oh, and is that both keys too?
Yeah, the small one, the big key.
Yeah. Alright, first crystal on the board for Relkin. Looks like he's headed over to that stacked Paradox Cave. Chex is going to be gaming quote-unquote normally for a little while.
Yeah, the only thing that makes this not, like, normal glitchless Swamp Palace is the Specky Clip.
Oh, we do check equipping glitchless.
Well, not glitchless, but in normal randos. It's a minor glitch. And not checking left side swamp makes sense. You don't want to go out of your way for 2 more items when there's just items everywhere, and items can be anywhere.
Well, you can also get to left side swamp from other places if you really think you need it.
Mm-hmm.
The one that comes to mind for me, like immediately, is Thieves Town, but I'm sure there's more.
Mm-hmm. Even picking up the extra key. Could be useful to have an extra swamp key to use, maybe in Hera later. But probably not.
Yeah,
But
a little
probably not going to
surprising
come
to see Chex just run through this whole thing like this, because you can definitely take Swamp in pieces and also be clearing other dungeons on the way. But I am very new to no logic, so I don't know. Like I'm sure Chex knows what he's doing. He's been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, nice thing about doing swamp just the normal rando way is, don't have to take any time to set it up. Alright, Relkin exploring Dark Death Mountain, running across that land bridge. And we'll see Hookshot Cave. Oh, and it's a pendant.
Oh no!
It's a
Just went through
pendant.
that whole dungeon.
Yeah, Chex didn't really get anything from Swamp, did he?
No, nothing that I really saw. Like that, nothing like super interesting.
Silvers are in Hookshot Cave. Hey, that's the freedom you have in no logic. You can go anywhere. You can kind of do anything. Just go where you want. Follow your whims.
Yeah, so it's not like a randomizer with logic where you can kind of parse out, okay, this is where something can be, or this is where it's most likely to be, etc. Nope, that's kind of not a thing here. So vibe routing is 100% valid choice.
Thought maybe we'd see a Zora check, but Relkin is holding on to that money. I guess that's a lot of money and time investment for one item.
I think it's more the money than the time,
Mm-hmm.
because if he pays Zora now, he's only got 35 rupees. He can't buy any potions on 35 rupees.
Mm-hmm. I think we might be about to see Kakariko from check. Never mind. Okay. Oh, race game check.
Our first runner to be sentenced to glitch jail. Okay, looks like we're pairing village with VOO here, maybe.
Yeah. So we're about to see Kakariko and Village of Outcasts from checks. Never mind. We're going to Meyer.
We reversed course. We're going to Meyer.
Okay, so the Maya medallion is ether, and that one, it's not strictly required, but it would be very convenient to find so that you can get into Maya properly.
Right. Now there are ways around it, but they require some items that we don't have at the moment. So I think at the very least you would need a second bottle. I'm not 100% sure on that though.
I mean, we do have the bottle. Dungeon ID swapping is just a lot of setup. So, yeah, at some point the runners will need to collect the Mire Crystal, which means the game will need to believe that they went into Mire. And you can do that by actually going in the front door of Mire, or you can do it by going in, I think, Palace of Darkness, and changing the game's mind about what dungeon you're in. We got the Master Sword now. So Chex has the ingredients to defeat Ganon, but needs to clear all the other dungeons.
He probably wants some more ingredients first.
Yeah. But I mean, there's Kakariko. A bunch of items are going to show up.
I don't know the way this is going. Neither of them are going to ever touch it.
Relkin is heading to the back of Skullwoods. And so
Yeah, so Check's going all the way to that room, specifically because he's going to do what's called a YBA here. So he's going to drink a potion on the same, or he's going to do a mirror door. Okay.
Oh wow! Yeah, the potion wasn't full. Okay, so mirror door, mirroring
Right,
while
he
you
has a
go
bead.
through a door, acts kind of like a potion, but also the game pauses for some amount of time based on a variable that's set. So you just get to take a break.
And so I know normally you go into the tile room to get rid of the VRAM corruption thing if you're doing a potion. Does that work the same way with a mirror door?
Pretty sure it does. I think that was Chex's motivation for going there. And here we are. Again, I like that little breather that doing a mirror door gets you.
Right? Exploding bosses on both sides.
Crystal for each of the runners. So I am pretty rusty on hook push setups, but I'm trying to think like, do the runners have the ingredients of a hook push right now? Or do we still need an
Yeah.
index setting item?
Oh, I think you can set index with ice rod. The more popular ones are lamp and powder.
Okay.
Oh, mushroom. Okay, that was the other one.
Okay. All right, so Relkin has done the clip from Spectacle Rock into the Palace of Darkness. So we're going to see Cave State Palace of Darkness here. When you're in Cave State, you've got 255 small keys, and you have the big key if you collected one of a few big keys, which, as we mentioned, the Hyrule Castle key counts. So Relkin just gets to run around and open everything in Palace of Darkness. Also, there are no enemies here. That's not because of the Cave State. That's because you wrap around the map to get here from that cave. There's the mushroom. Okay. Well, now we've got inconvenient hook pushing.
X doing a little dance through a wall there. Doing a glitch called Blockbuster, which does exactly what you just saw.
I would be willing to believe that that mushroom is go mode of a sort. Right, yes. Right. Still need another sword for relkin. Imagine being able to see in here. And chat talking about ledge pog. So the thing is, like, I have not learned any new no logic glitches in like 2 years since the last time this tournament happened. I am excited to find out what ledge pog is.
I've heard of it. I think it's the way to set the index. Like normally you do it with powder, but I think you can do it with mushroom too.
Ledge pogging was around. Okay. Well, I am still excited to see what it is. Alright, Relkin's in Palace of Darkness proper now and is setting up the statue drag. This is a sequence of motions where you drag an invisible statue through a door and mess up where the doors go and get the game very confused about where you are until you walk into the boss room. And here we are. Kind of funny that like this requires you to run into the boss room bike side first, so you do have to have some extra health. And one silver arrow does the job. Chex is also in Palace of Darkness.
Okay, there's our answer. If you fake powder onto a screen transition, it does the same thing as lamping 3 times.
And that's another pendant. Chex is getting the items out of Palace of Darkness, like we just saw Relkin do.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they actually high-fived. I think Relkin was getting ported to the beginning of the dungeon when Chex entered here.
There's that mushroom for Chex. Chex does need to find an ice rod somewhere, and missed the one in Aga's Tower. But there is another ice rod somewhere. This is a double rods mode.
Yeah, or Turtle Rock can just be a pendant.
It's true.
Although I guess we've seen 2 pendants.
We have seen 2 of them. Oh, was that showing us that Eastern Palace is the green pendant? Yes, it was. Okay.
I believe so. Yeah. So because Relkin entered Palace of Darkness from the Light World, mapping there, the game still thinks he's in the Light World, so mapping there would only show the Light World dungeons.
Ooh, a flute. Very convenient. And the Cane of
Okay,
Samaria.
now we're in business.
Yeah, that's the glitch cane. Relkin needs a sword. for a slightly inconvenient go mode. Probably more than slightly with this set of items, but maybe we're about to see Kakariko? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the sword is just sitting in Crystal Desert, and yeah, now Relkin is going to do Kakariko and probably end it like in Desert Palace. So I think he's going to grab that sword rather quickly.
Book. Desert Palace key is kind of helpful. Chex is doing the statue drag to get to Helmasaur now. Red Boomerang, very useful for setting up hook pushes. Half Magic, also useful. Red Boomerang is useful because it makes sparkles, and the more stuff you've got going on the screen, the more you can confuse the game.
Yeah, and Red Boom makes a lot of sparkles. Like it fills almost every slot. All right, check seeing that that Eastern is the last pendant.
Relkin's got so much health now.
Yeah, did that all come from Kakariko? He's up like 3 hearts in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know. I know last game we saw Chex walk away from a full heart, but I don't think we've seen that this time.
I was kind of hoping that Relkin found a sword here in Kakariko because I'm wondering if there's a really silly thing that you can do to duplicate some of the underworld chests, and I'm wondering if like turning a master sword into a tempered sword is worth the silliness.
Huh? Yeah, Kakariko's a really convenient place for it. I love the tree warp.
Is Chex in jail? I think he pressed up.
I missed it. Just an ordinary fake powder on Roken's side to get 20 rupees.
Yeah, having to burn through that entire bar with half magic is not fun for sure.
Yeah. I thought we were about to see Desert Palace, but looks like Roken is actually hopping into the Dark World here.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going for Swamp? It looks like maybe Mire.
Yeah.
Nope, I might have been right.
Yeah, learning that Mire is a crystal. And Relkin doesn't have the information yet about which medallion gets you into Mire. Also, I guess Kakariko wasn't that important after all.
Yeah, it's a lot of check density, but we are really only looking for a few items, so it's very often just not anything. Second glove in the front of Skullwoods. Okay, yeah, Relkin will be doing swamp here. Or doing something in swamp. Okay, just actually doing swamp.
Yeah, we're
So
about to see another.
it's gonna give back some of that time that that Chex spent in there.
Yeah, we're about to see another disappointing swamp. I don't know, maybe all the exciting stuff's on left side swamp.
Oldorm playing defense for the mummy there, earning his paycheck. I'm not sure what Chex thought he wanted to menu to there.
Oh, you even got the Turtle Rock big key already. Turtle Rock is not gonna take any effort as long as you've got both rods. Oh yeah, let's check Link's house for once. Big key of desert. Amazing.
I'm gonna check left side swamp here. Which I guess it makes sense from the standpoint of I'm never coming back here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if he can scare up a sword, maybe. I was told there's always a sword in swamp. They lied to me.
Oh well. So yeah, swamp is just complete the disappointment.
Yeah, so this would have been a decent time for Chex to go up and get those Castle Tower chests right before doing this, but yeah, it looks like he's just gonna go to Thieves Town.
Yep. So that is a YBA, also known as Yuzuhara's Bottle Adventure, in that door to clip into Thieves Town in Cave State.
Oh, that's a good. Oh, okay. Yeah, so usually you go to the main cell and open the doors because that requires you to have the Thieves Town big key. but we're in cave state, and the Hyrule Castle big key is good enough. But I believe he's routing a way that will make him loop back around.
Yeah, we would frequently see the Attic of Thieves Town being done as an extension of Desert, but that hasn't happened this game. So that's why Chex had to do this loop around Thieves Town. And there's Relkin collecting the Pendant of Disappointment. We're still at 3 crystals for Chexhuman to 2 for Relkin. And that which is called LSD Blind. It keeps the door open so you can keep exploring Thieves Town after defeating the boss.
Textbook fight there by Chex.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe you also need to keep the door open because the crystal doesn't drop. Because
Yep.
cave state.
Yeah, you're in cave state. There's no prize. So
yeah, you're just gonna pop out here, pull the door open, and just run back to the cell. And easy enough to get that, but more convenient to do things this way.
I'm trying to think if there's any remaining keys that we'd be excited about. Remaining keys that we would be excited about finding. I guess Misery Mire Big Key would be helpful.
I think the only thing we would be super excited to find would be a lamp. And on Chex's side, I would love to find the second ice rod.
Hmm. Chex is collecting the Thieves Town crystal. That is 4 crystals. Alright. Oof. So yeah, Relkin's about to get the information about what the Meyer pendant or Meyer medallion is.
Huge chest turn by Chex in the brewery.
Alright. There's that info. Relkin going into the back of Desert. The chance of missing out on the sword here.
I think he's just doing the back first, and then he'll go back for the front.
Alright, 3 well-placed silvers, and Relkin collects the desert crystal.
Used wrong bow, but that's fine, I guess.
Check's finally checking Kakariko. 50 minutes in. But you know, it kind of wasn't important.
Yeah, sliver slandering silvers, exactly. Relkin?
Oh no!
Oh no. He missed the sword.
Wow.
Wow, okay.
Alright, so both of our razors still remain an item away from probably some form of go mode. Chex needs an ice rod, Relkin needs a sword.
Grabbing a blue potion?
Possibly for use in Ice Palace to get to the bottom floor without a hammer.
Okay, Relkin's going back.
Okay.
Was that just an oopsie on the save and quit?
Could be.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible that he wanted to save his game there for something, but like, I don't think this is a particularly dangerous area. Oh, he's death holing? Okay. Okay, that could be dangerous, I guess, if you fall in the wrong pit.
Okay. Relkin doing the cane glitch there to get into
Okay,
the
yeah,
town attic.
but not grabbing the map chest,
Wow.
which is where his sword is.
Well, we're still in desert. Relkin just wanted to
How
make
many?
sure the floor was bombed open.
Yeah, how many times can we walk past the sword? Okay, we're finally getting it.
Alright. So, probably go mode for Relkin?
Yeah, it's gonna depend how it's gonna depend if he knows how to fake powder to set up index. Although I guess we don't technically have to hook push anywhere.
Well, you've got to hook push. You got to.
Oh, we would
You might need
need.
to hook push through the throne door. for dungeon ID swapping, or do it the long way. Because I remember I learned to do it without hook pushing. You set it up in the Tower of Hera. But right now, Relkin's going to Thieves Town.
Oh right, you need a second bottle if you're not hook pushing in Mire. Oh, he doesn't have the Misery Mire big key, so I think he has to hook push the Vitreous no matter what, right?
I mean, there's ways. Hook pushing would definitely be the convenient, fast way. You can clip from Aga's tower to a very messy Vitreous. Alright, Chex uses up that blue potion to glitch to the bottom floor and fight Cold Stare.
Yeah, I tried to go for the low percent setup, but couldn't quite keep the pups together.
Okay, the bottle being in Mini Moldorm Cave, that is dupable with a Tree Warp. Possibly not on our racers' minds, but it is doable.
Even though we got it like 40 minutes ago.
It's just about reclosing the chests. You have to go back. You would have to go back to Mini Moldorm Cave, and then Tree Warp to
Oh,
get it to put you
okay.
back in Mini Moldorm Cave with the chests closed.
I was gonna Tree Warp. He's in a convenient spot for it. But like you said, he has to go in and enter Mini Moldarm Cave in order to close the chest. Oh, there's Sword 3 on a tablet.
Oh, nice.
So
Which is something that doesn't. Oh wait, no, Relkin's got sword too, right?
yeah,
Okay.
Relkin's sword. But I am not 100% if he's ever gonna get that, and Chex is gonna go into GT.
I mean, the other tricky thing about tree warping to duplicate your bottle is you do have to remember where you got your bottle 40 minutes ago, and that's something you're not necessarily going to. Speaking of another bottle, it's in Ganon's tower.
Oh no, Chex opened up the cursed door. Which is actually not cursed in no logic. We like opening that door because there are shenanigans we can do in it.
Mm-hmm. Oh good, the big key of thieves. Right, I guess we remarked on that before.
Yep, right on time, conveniently placed. Our tracker Malmo saying Haraviki could be useful.
Fill us in.
Yes, for
What would it be
Mire?
used for?
Deleting sewer door, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, could you use the swamp big key for that?
I mean, you could use your
Does that
K-State
not
Big
work?
Key. You could use your K-State
Oh,
Big Key
true.
for it,
Yep.
coming in from Palace of Darkness.
It's slow. Well, of course it's slow, but it's faster than trying to find it. I really don't like this bomb clip sometimes just because the zeros can be jerks.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Relkin is setting up a wrap to Ice Palace.
Yep, and I was just gonna ask, did he get a potion? But I saw he does have a blue potion in his menu. Oh no, we never got the GT Biggie. So I guess rip the big chest forever.
Mm-hmm. Check's doing the Samaria juke to get to Rando Room quickly. Dupes the bottle. Ooh, neat.
Wait, which bottle?
It refills these, I think, these front items. It relocked the door. I'm picking up the key just to get through that door. I love it. Oh. We are not opening up the chests on the other side. We're going somewhere else.
Yeah, we're not. Getting some invisible chests. We'll never know what they are unless they have text boxes. Oh, we got the lamp.
Oh, wow. I think maybe Chex is going back to get that bottle. There we go. And he's got something else to do on right side. What is that? Oh,
Just tile room, yeah.
tile room. Really hoping for the ice rod
I
to be
mean,
here.
he is desperate for that ice rod right now.
Yeah.
'Cause with that lamp, that makes his hook push setups a lot less cursed. Hook pushing is just kind of cursed in general, but
Mm-hmm.
Falcon down to, I believe, one hit KO. I think he's still on blue. Oh no, he does have blue mail. Okay, so not one hit KO to the ice skulls. Okay, never doubted. That's the tough thing about blue YBAs is that you don't get anything from them.
Alright, so now they have the same set of prizes. Both of them need to do Misery Mire and Turtle Rock. Relkin has what he needs to do Turtle Rock. And we've been speculating about what is the not terribly inconvenient way to do Misery Mire.
A chat calling for Laser Bridge, which is a popular spot for the ice rod to hang out, but here Jax will indeed get his ice rod. Why are we frustration slashing?
Yeah. Yeah, trying to figure out why Relkin's upset. Oh my gosh, Chex is in Aga's tower. About to find the ice rod.
Yeah, having him think about whether he's actually in go mode or not.
Whereas I think at this point, Chex is feeling pretty certain about go mode.
Oh, where does this go?
Oh,
Oh,
is this the one to get to Vitreous?
this goes to Meyer, right?
Well, went to jail, but yeah, I think when properly done, this goes to Meyer.
Oh, it's a triple STC? I think he only did 2 the first time.
Is this normal or any percent? I can confidently answer no to
It
that
is,
question.
yeah, it is none of the above.
This is a no logic race. This is it supposed to be scrolling like this?
Yes. With multiple STCs, sometimes you get some cutscenes.
Wow. Okay. Oh no. That starting over.
Maybe it wasn't supposed to be like that then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he transitioned through the door.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Chex is setting up a hook push here, and he's going to push himself through the throne door for dungeon ID swapping. Now, I was not paying attention to what dungeon he went in from, but my guess is going to be Palace of Darkness.
X is a little low on magic. Okay, he does have a green. Okay.
Get the hook shot stuck, and that
There's
is
the
one of the
hook.
setups for hook pushing to just push yourself through that door. And then when you go back through the throne door, the game changes its mind about what dungeon you're in. And now we're hook pushing to somewhere else. Into Tower of Hera, a very convenient place to collect a crystal. Oh, gonna go to actual Meyer from here to get to Vitreous instead of having to defeat Vitreous some other way like Relkin is setting up. Okay. There we go. So now Chex is both in Meyer, and the game believes he's in Meyer.
Well, of course it believes he's in Meyer. He's there. I can see him there.
It's one of those things you can't take for granted. And Relkin made it to Vitreous. The awkward thing about this Vitreous is the solid goo. Gotta make sure to lure the eyeball out of it like that.
Alright, and now we're gonna go see everybody's favorite room, the fishbone room. Chex is going to set up a hook push there to get to the Spooky 3 room, and then from there you can hook push to Vitreous.
So now Relkin needs to actually collect the Myra Crystal. Possibly by doing the dungeon ID swap that Chex just did.
I wonder if Relkin's going into GT as like a desperation, please be bottle. Nope. Just gonna go kill Trinex.
Makes sense. Maybe you find the thing you need on the way. Oh.
Chex feeding a bunch of Samaria blocks to the bottomless pit.
Nothing big on Laser Bridge. This is great news for Chex.
Alright, so Vidi down for Chex, but more importantly, he's gonna pick up the crystal.
Yeah, so now Chex just needs to go to Trinex the same way Relkin is, and then from the front of Thieves Town, you've got some good options for how to quickly get to Aga 2 and then Ganon. Oh. We are actually getting to Trinex a different way, using a hook push from this cave. I love how that one kind of like hook pushes you at a right angle.
Right, that's all the bosses down for Relkin, but still needs that crystal out of Meyer.
Looking for more items. That is the 7 bosses and their crystals for Chexhuman.
Yeah, so all Chex has to do now is go to Aga 2, and like you said, there's several ways to do that, but since the TR door is closed, I believe we're going to see a quadrant glitch here in the lobby.
Interrupt the game while you're crossing over the center line of the room, and that causes where you go on a tile to be slightly different. To the point where you can fall in a pit. Okay, so you combine it. I forget how this setup works, but you combine that with a Samaria glitch, and then you fall in the pit here. into the Aga 2 fight.
And you can just dash in, but he's probably going to have to clipe out. Oh, Rogan did pick up a second bottle.
Ooh.
Mini Moldorm.
I actually don't know where Welcome's going from here.
Isn't this how you get to Meyer?
Oh, right. Right, the dungeon ID swap from Palace of Darkness.
He did not delete the door, though. At least not that I saw. Might delete it on the way, that'd be cool.
Yeah, so this YBA takes you to Tower of Hera. Tower of Hera is a place where you can delete the throne door. And then when you go through the deleted throne door, it swaps you from being in Palace of Darkness to being in Mystery Mire.
Alright, that is an exploding pig. Get your GGs in chat for Chex, who will even up this best of 3 contest. I mean, this was anybody's race for a really long time, so, like,
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to be tuning in for Game 3.
Yeah, and Game 3 is tomorrow night.
And I believe Relkin is throwing in the towel because he needs to go to bed. So, all right, but really well played seed by Relkin. Just took a really long time to find that second bottle for go mode.
Yeah. And you got to see some fun shenanigans for, difficult ways to clear Misery Mire. Alright, looks like we have Chex about to join us. Hey, Chex,
Yeah.
GG.
GG Chex.
Congrats. How did you feel about this seed?
Thank you. I was really anxious throughout this seed. I feel like I could have entered Aga Tower in my first trip to Hyrule Castle and Pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's when Relkin did it. And we were wondering why you didn't pop in, because you had at least one small key at both at the time.
Yeah. I don't know why, to be honest. I was like, I'm gonna skip it just for fun. I'll
But
take
yeah,
this
it
little
gave us a
skip.
very similar feeling where Relkin had both of the rods long before you did.
Yeah. And how
But
did
yeah.
Relkin's run go?
He was looking for a bottle for a really long time. Like he dodged the sword in desert for a while, and then he needed a second bottle to delete the sewer door, which
Oof.
I think there's a setup to do it with one bottle, but maybe he either doesn't know it or didn't want to look it up or whatever.
I don't know
He
it
did
that well and would have to look it up also.
he
But he
did
has
find a
cane.
second bottle eventually.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I would be okay with that. But yeah. That's rough.
Yeah, Misery Mire was definitely the big obstacle this seed.
Yeah. I was curious if it would be.
Yeah, we found 0 medallions in this entire seed on both sides.
I guess you're right, huh? Okay. Weird.
But yeah, looking forward to Game 3 tomorrow night.
Yes. Same here.
Yeah, it should be pretty exciting. The one last night was edge of your seat action, and this one was, yeah, it was just basically you on an ice rod hunt the whole time. That was Relkin's clock. Was you
Mm-hmm.
finding the ice rod? But surely
Yeah.
there's 2 of them. It has to be somewhere.
Yeah. And compared to yesterday, I was not as happy with my run as I was yesterday. Because yesterday I didn't really have any major mistakes, but this time I kind of face planted in a couple of areas. I don't know how I messed up the bumper ledge DMD. That just, I popped out the wrong way. Maybe I'm not used to my controller or something. But that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot you can do in no logic, and a lot you can totally mess up.
Yeah, I remember seeing it.
Right.
Yeah, I remember seeing it at the time and knowing like what went wrong because I learned that DMD for Hundo RMG,
Yeah.
but now I don't remember exactly what happened there.
Yeah. It's simply you tap right, and sometimes you get the transition. Otherwise, you hit up, and it's a series of inputs where it has to do. It's like right, up, right, or something like that. Not like that exactly, but it looked like I popped up or something. I don't know. I feel like I hit down or something. I don't really know what happened. I'll stop talking.
Well, you did both serve your time in glitch jail, so you were not the only one.
Okay. Yep. Sounds like a good no logic race for the first week of the tourney.
Yeah. Yeah, both these races were great.
Yeah, thank you, Arborelia and Sean.
Yeah.
And thank you, Malmo, for tracking.
Yep. And GG to our racers.
Yep. GG.
We will look forward to Game 3, same time tomorrow night, looks like. Alright. There we go. Thanks all for watching. Have a great night.